So a few months ago, I kind of vowed to myself to get back into fighting games and decided to take a 3-game step into that direction. And part 1 of that trilogy is Super Street Fighter 4. Super Street Fighter 4 is an extension of the original Street Fighter 4 game that came out back in 2009. Capcom and Cryware decided to add 10 new characters, new ultra modes, and new bonus stages and online modes to the overall package. However, there was too much to include in just a simple DLC, so Capcom decided to release a brand new game. However, they were kind, unlike other douchebag companies, and they were able to slice off a third of the price down to $40. And I think that deserves some major props. I mean, not every company is going to release an extension that doesn't require you to buy the previous game, but it's its own game, and all you gotta do is just get the updated version with even more money to spare. But how does the game play out overall? The game is strictly a fighting game. It doesn't really lose focus from that. You got your basic arcade mode in which you take one fighter and you play him out throughout his own quote-unquote story, and playing through the arcade mode with all these various characters, it kind of reminded me of the original Super Smash Bros. In which you fight 3 people, you got this bonus stage where you got to overcome some sort of obstacle and get a high score, 3 more people, another bonus stage, and then the last 3 people that are the hardest. The time spent during this arcade mode is great fun, but there's not a great deal of payoff. You got an opening sequence and then you got a closing animated sequence with really good hand-drawn animation. But overall, when you're done, you're like, oh, that's it. You gain a new title, you get some new colors for that character, some new taunts for that character, and that's about it. With that being said, there's no actual story mode in this game. Along with that, you got your basic tournament modes, your challenge modes. Challenge modes include those challenges that you encounter in the arcade mode. Apart from that, you got your basic versus mode in which you either fight the computer or a second player, and that second player could either be another controller or online. You can also engage into tournaments online, or you can go for a basic quick fight and set the preferences to however you want them. I really meant it when I said that this is strictly a fighting game earlier, but it does not bring down or even hurt the game at all. Every character is already unlocked for you, which is something that was actually different from the original Street Fighter 4. In this extension, they decided to go ahead and just give you all the characters, so there's no challenge, there's no reward other than trophies and high scores. But that's just a personal problem that I have with the game, apart from where it really succeeds. The animation for all these characters is very nostalgic and very detailed. It's definitely a step up in animation from the previous Street Fighter games, and I love how they managed to blend in the animation style between cell shading and regular 3D models. Plus, the voice acting is very good. Here you can actually switch the voices from English to Japanese, and they're both great. Plus, there's no way that you cannot feel satisfied whenever you achieve a combo or an ultra combo and you get to see the spectacle behind it. It's awesome, and there's no other way to describe it. All of the technical aspects presented in Super Street Fighter 4 are great. The animation is great, the voice is great. If you're an amateur Street Fighter player, you're not going to have a problem. I'm an amateur myself, and I managed to get into this game. But personally, I wish we could have seen something of more of a fleshed out story mode. I want to feel some sort of anticipation and really a glorious victory every time I fight somebody new. And to do that, I would really like for there to be some sort of story behind these characters fighting, apart from the rival match towards the end. In the end, Super Street Fighter 4 ends up being a bit of a time spender for casual fighting players, but a love letter to die-hard Street Fighter fans. I give Super Street Fighter 4 an 8.7 out of 10, which is a B+. Comes off a little short in its arcade mode, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to revisit this again.